Welcome back to our Nuxeo University course on searches. In this course, we'll show you how to configure a custom search form and result page from a page provider created in Nuxeo Studio Modeler. Nuxeo Studio Designer configures the UI elements of Nuxeo Web UI. When you create a page provider, a link is provided to the corresponding designer configuration element. The UI page provider configuration is located in the Layouts menu at the bottom of the left panel. Page provider configuration in Designer is composed of two parts: the search form and the results screen. Let's start with the search form. To start the search form configuration, select the form entry and click on Configure. Designer automatically scaffolds the predicates and the aggregates you've defined in your page provider. You can always update labels or add customized HTML by switching to the code view, but your search form is essentially ready to go. Now we can configure the search results. You can configure 4 different search result views in Nuxeo: the grid view, the justified grid view, an adaptation of the grid view for multimedia files, the list view, displaying more detailed information for each search result, and the table view, with results listed in a table and columns for each document property. By default, Nuxeo Studio Designer initializes the 2 most common views, grid and table view. You can create other views from the Create button, available at the bottom right position. You can create several different views of the same type, or delete any view type, or even reset the entire configuration with the Revert option. All configuration screens are based on the same structure and accessible from the Edit button. A first section with general information, like the name and the icon of the view, then the attributes associated to the linked element. Here are the most common ones. Multi-selection lets users select several results and perform actions on them. Display quick filters activates the quick filters previously defined. If the paginable criterion is unselected, then no pagination system is provided, and Nuxeo Web UI will apply the lazy loading mechanism. Otherwise, results are paginated. In the list view, you can activate the ability to update columns with settings-enabled criteria. Let's configure the table view for our invoice search. After initializing the table view and editing the main parameters, we'll customize the visual rendering of the table thanks to the Data Table Editor. Just click on the Switch to Table Editor link at the bottom of the page. Nuxeo Studio Designer displays the different columns as cards. The card header represents the property name and can be edited manually. Then there's the Nuxeo element, which is used to display the property, and the property XPath itself. Using the Data Table Editor is a quick way to organize your column. You can drag and drop the card to update the column order. You can add any new property from the catalog with the same system. You can activate column sorting by clicking on the arrows. You can change the column visibility clicking on the eye icon. And you can delete any column with the trash bin icon. Let's adapt the data table configuration to display invoices. Keep in mind you always have the possibility to edit the code directly from the code view for finer tuning. The last step is to decide where the user will trigger the search. If you click on the page provider top-level link, you can see that the Bind Your Search section offers you quick access to create a left menu search, create a new document listing, create a menu item listing. In our case, we want our search to be integrated in the Web UI left menu. So let's select Left Menu Search. As you can see, the interface has switched to menu creation. Nuxeo Studio Designer automatically fills in the attributes linked to the page provider so that you only need to set a name, label, icon, position, and the schemas sent to the provider, Dublin Core and Invoice in our case. Once saved, you can retrieve the link between the page provider configuration and the left menu entry from the Bound UI Elements part of your page provider screen. Our custom search configuration is now finished. We can hot reload our configuration from the Nuxeo DevTools browser extension and test it. As you can see, our search is correctly integrated in the left menu bar. When you click on the search icon, the search form is displayed. If we enter some search criteria and hit Enter, the search result is displayed in the main area, with the columns we designed in Studio. You can also refine your search with the aggregates and the quick filter we've created. Simple, isn't it?